All right, great. So today we're going to be talking about 5 things every coach needs. This is already inside of the unit. I think this is unit 4. So if you're inside of the Get Coaching Clients community, which if you're watching this live, you are, inside of the Get Coaching Clients community, I've got several units, okay? Unit 1 is sharing with you exactly how to promote your business, not only inside of this group, but in other Facebook groups. Unit 2, I believe we go over like Instagram, and I've got someone coming to, Unit 1 is to promote your business. Unit 2 is to how to get clients from Facebook groups. Unit 3 is how to get clients from Instagram. And I've got someone coming at the end of the month. So January 27th, someone is going to be coming to kind of flesh out that unit, talking about your feed and things like that. And so I'm going to continue to create content inside of those units to kind of flesh them out. One of the cool things that Facebook has introduced for these groups is the idea of units. So I can create somewhat of like a member area, member resources. So unit 4 is everything your coaching business needs. And I think this is a good time to kind of cover all of those things because I literally just got off of a podcast interview talking about it. Hey, Stephanie. Hey, Irene. Let me know if you guys can still see me and hear me. It looks like once I opened OBS, it paused, but I still have it recording. So we can go from there. I think I need to get a new desktop. I've had this for several years now, and it's starting to give me issues. I actually prefer working on my laptop now because the desktop is giving me so many issues. All right, so let's keep on moving forward. If you saw the post, I just posted this yesterday, everything your coaching business needs. There are basically 5 things. So that's what I want to go over today. And I did put like a little caveat there that it's everything your coaching business needs from a marketing standpoint. Okay. And I want to, I would love to share the little images with you, but I don't think it matters that much. If I could pop them up on this screen, that would be cool. Okay. Bear with me because I can actually make that happen. I know I can. We just got to download them. So if you guys are coming in, I can pull you up on my phone. Technology sometimes doesn't work, but sometimes you have the opportunity to do more than what you thought you could. All right, so I'm downloading the why, the who, the how, the funnel, and the sales. Now, this is everything that your coaching business needs from a marketing standpoint. So it's not everything that your coaching business needs, period, because obviously you need like other things, including, but not limited to, the licenses to work in your state. So for example, my business has a business license to operate, to do business in Tennessee, in the state of Tennessee, as well as Shelby County, all that good stuff. So we're not talking about that. Okay. We're talking about specifically what your coaching business needs from a marketing point of view. Okay. So we're going to start with the who, and I'm going to do this quick little thing. And I'll see if I can pull it up right here. That would be really cool if I can do that. And meanwhile, I'm going to turn the volume down on here. Make sure that I'm still live. Nope, cut off at 44 seconds. All right, cool. So here's what I'm going to do. It's saying that the live video has ended. That's cool. We're just going to go live again. And the recording is still going to be good, which is why I did the recording. So here we go. Gotta love technology. All right. For those of you that are watching live, we're back. For those of you who are watching the recording, I'm in the process of putting up this little doodah. So I got to do a window capture. And then I'm going to do this preview thing. Alrighty, here we go. Yay, I did it. I did it. All right, so if y'all are coming in and you're just now popping in because things are working, let me know. Bam. It looks a little weird because it's got that little gray thing on the side. So let's see if I can zoom it in a little bit because we don't need the gray. There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay. Here we go. All right, I'll move this way. All right, we're good to go. Okay. Hey, Sonia. Hey, thanks for joining. All right. So the first thing that your coaching business needs, five things every coaching business needs. The first thing that you need is a reason why. And this is, why should your ideal client work with you? Okay, so let me go to I gotta go to the why. Oh man. Thumbnails. Why? There we go. That's the one I'm looking for. All right. The first thing that your coaching business needs is the why. Okay. Why should your ideal client work with you? Okay. Why are you the best person to lead them to success? And this in particular is called a unique selling proposition. So how many of you have a unique selling proposition? I'm going to raise my hand over here. How many of you have a unique selling proposition? Also known as USP. Okay. So your USP should cover not only why someone should work with you, but also what makes your offer unique. So you need a unique selling proposition for yourself as well as for your offer, okay? Why should they work with you? What makes you unique? Another way to think of this is like, why are you the best person to lead them to success? What is it that makes your specific personality the best for your specific ideal client? And one of the first times that I kind of heard about this is lock and key personas or lock and key avatars. There's a copywriter that I really like learning from. His name is Colin Terrio, and he created a training called Lock and Key Avatars. And basically it's, you have to figure out what is it about you, right? So you, your ideal client, what is it about you that makes the match between you and your ideal client so perfect? And it's a lock and key persona. So like, why did they specifically have that problem, and why are you specifically uniquely qualified to help them solve that problem? One of that example of that for me is the majority of my clients tend to be introverts or identify as introverts, even though they might be outgoing and like, I mean, we don't mind social situations, but we really need to recharge. And the reason that I'm uniquely qualified to help my ideal client with a marketing process is because I know what it's like to be an introvert, and I have created marketing processes to help me to work with my introverted nature versus against it. Okay, so that is one example of my why. Inside of that training, like he takes you through an entire list of things. So it shouldn't just be personality or character traits. It's also like growing up, like reasons that they grew up a certain way, you grew up a certain way, or even if you didn't, like why are you uniquely qualified? So you've got to have a unique selling proposition. You have to be able to answer that why. When you can answer that why and you can answer it really specifically and with confidence, it makes it that much easier for that ideal client to work with you. Okay. So you got to think about that. The other thing is, who is that specific client? Actually, that's the next one. Hang on. Stand by. Okay. Who? So we're going to move into the who. And that comes down to, that was one I had first. Okay. Who is that specific client? Okay. Who do you want to work with? All right. So you have to not only know your ideal client, but you have to know like who that person is that gets the best results with you. Okay. Ideal client is not just a demographic. It's not just a personality trait. It's not just, hey, Elena. It's not just, women age 25 to 45 who are high achievers. Like it's very specifically who is the best person who gets the best results with you. So for example, let's say that your offer is a muscle gaining program. Okay. And you know for a fact, the people who get the best results with you have either already been training for 5 to 6 years or have never been training at all. So you know that your program, in order to get people the results you want them to get, you either need, let's just choose one. You need people who haven't worked out. So the person that you're looking for who wants to do muscle gain is someone who's like, I want to be toned and I'm looking to build muscle, but I don't want to be too big or whatever, like whatever their exact words are. Like you should know that. And not only that, but you want to speak specifically to that person because you know they're going to get the best results with you. You don't want to talk to everybody who wants to build muscle. You only want to talk with the people who want to build muscle, who specifically haven't worked out, because you know that you can get that person the best results. And I'm just providing an example. Like I have no idea about your product or your service or whatnot, but I'm giving you an example of why you need to be really specific of the person who gets the best results with you. There's a reason that I work with coaches who are either pre-revenue or who are kind of essentially just starting their business. Nobody else wants to work with beginners, but I don't work with beginners. I work with people who have experience in what they do, but they might be beginner to coaching. And the reason that I do that is because I know they're going to get the best results with me. I know that I can 10x or 20x or even more what they're doing right now, because all they need is my simple webinar sales funnel system. And once they have that in place, then they can kind of go on from there. Thinking back to one of the clients that I worked with, she was already doing coaching, group coaching, but she didn't have a webinar. So we created a webinar and she was able to generate $18,000 in 2 weeks. I know that I can help someone get those types of results when they're that specific client that I want to work with. Okay. So you got to take some time, write out who that person is, where they work. Are they a business owner? Where do they live? How old are they? Do they have children? What type of personality traits do they have? And by the time you're done, you should have a clear outline of your ideal client. Okay. All right. The next one we're moving, if y'all have questions throughout this, if you're watching the replay, give me a #replay and then ask your questions in the comments. And if you're watching it live, just pop those in and I'll be sure to answer them. Okay. So the next thing that you need to have, 5 elements that every coach needs from a marketing standpoint, is you need the how. Let's zoom in on that how. There we go. Okay. And this is how you plan to help your ideal client. Okay. It's your offer. So your offer should be a perfect match for your ideal client. Once again, that lock and key, the lock and key. I guess this is a lock and this is a key. So the lock and key. Your offer should be a perfect match for your ideal client. There's a reason that when I rolled out the You've Got Clients program, that not only did I talk about it being beneficial for introverts, but I also included a sales component on there, and phone call sales in particular. Even though I kind of know that my introverted clients don't really want to do sales calls or phone sales, I know that that's one of the first steps. That you've got to get confident there. You've got to master it before you can move on to kind of the easier stuff of like just selling over Messenger, because you have to be able to kind of have that conversation, that back and forth in your head before you can get to selling over Messenger. You also have to have that confidence. Okay. So your offer has to directly match your ideal client. Part of what we do inside of You've Got Clients, this is in module 2, I believe, is getting that offer in alignment with your ideal client, with the specific struggles that they have, with the frustrations that they have, and matching your outcome with all of the benefits so that they are very, very clear on that. Okay? Because when they see it, they need to feel relieved that it's here. They should feel like, this is everything I've been looking for. And you also want to package it so it's clearly defined with outcomes and what they get. I shared inside of Package and Profit. So if you guys have the Package and Profit training, it's an awesome training. It's a 4-part video series along with some worksheets that I put together as well. Will help you flesh out your offer and think through the process of pulling together a high ticket coaching offer for your potential clients. Okay. Hey, Sharita. Hey, Latanya, Iana, welcome. All right. So 5 things every coach needs. Now we're moving into number 4, which is the funnel. And this is my favorite part. But before you can get to the funnel, you have to have these other pieces in place. Like if you don't know who you're going after, what you're offering them, why they should work with you, and how you plan to get them results, no funnel in the world is going to save you. Sorry. Okay. The funnel doesn't do the work. You have to have your value proposition in place first. Meaning, why should I work with you? Why should I work with you in this offer? And why are you the best person to lead me to victory? And why do you want to work with me? Right? So you got to have those pieces in place. Once you have those pieces in place, well, now you can move on to the easy stuff, which is the funnel. So this is piece 4. What journey will your ideal client take on the way to getting to know, like, trust? KLT. Getting to know you, like you, trust you, and ultimately buy from you. Okay? A funnel is simply a way to build the know, like, and trust factor. I'm going to say that again, and I'll say it over and over again because that's all it is. People are like, I need a funnel, I need a funnel, I need a funnel. A funnel is simply a way to build the know, like, and trust factor. Meaning, how do I get to know you? Are you meeting me in person? Are you hosting a workshop? Are you hosting a live stream? Are you posting in Facebook groups? Are you networking with people? Am I being introduced to you from someone that I know already? Like, how am I getting to know you? Did I see you on TV? Did I find you on YouTube? Like, did I see you on Twitter? How do I get to know you? That's the first step. How do I get to know you? Second step is, what makes me like you? Okay, your funnel, know, like, trust. How do I get to like you? This is where they enter into the essentially relationship with you by exchanging their email address or their phone number or something in exchange for something that you're giving them. And really the exchange it's an energetic exchange. People protect their email addresses like crazy these days. They protect their phone numbers like crazy. So if they're going to give you that, that's almost the same thing as them giving you money. It's an energetic exchange. I believe money is also an energetic exchange as well. So if they're giving you their email address, they're giving you their phone number, they're allowing you to contact them via Messenger, whatever software that you have in order to start that first exchange, now this is your time to show them how to get to like you. That is, are you sharing trainings? Do you have a workshop? Did you give them a free PDF? Did you give them something that was like the bottom of the barrel thing that you're like, oh, I'm not using that anymore. I'll just use that to get their email address. They're not going to like you. You just gave them something from the bottom of the barrel. Okay? They want something that's your best. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be a full-blown 6-week course for an email address. The best free thing to give is something that is quickly consumable. I've already done a training on this, the automated sales funnel training. Okay? And I talk about what to do for that first thing, which is give them something that's quickly consumable. I think we have comments, but it's not showing me. So hang on, let me scroll down. Okay, cool. Irene says great content. Cool. Thank you. Okay. The final thing is trust. Okay. What makes someone trust you? Couple things that are going to make them trust you, right? We're building the know, like, and trust factor. When someone knows you, they like you, they trust you, they'll buy from you. How do you make someone trust you? If you want someone to trust you, number one, you've got to be able to relate to them. You have to build that rapport. If you're not familiar with building rapport, then that's something that you got to get good at. Building rapport is easy when you are yourself and when you know how to relay your story. Okay. People are going to connect with you because they feel like they are like you, right? They like you because they feel like they are like you, and they connect with you for the same reason. But they trust you when they see that consistency, when you have essentially proven to them, and there's some people you have to prove more than others, which is fine. But essentially you've proven to them that you know what you're talking about. You can help clients get results. This is what you do. You've been doing it for this many years or whatever. And it's not about like showering them with your accolades or like throwing, your alphabet soup at them. But it's more about saying like, hey, I understand where you're coming from. I've been there, or my clients have been there. This is what we've been able to do. If this is something that you'd like to get taken care of, like, please contact me, reach out. Talking about their frustrations, their pain points, all of those things is what helps build that trust factor. When you can explain someone's problem to them better than they feel like they even understand it themselves, that's when they will trust you. Okay. The fastest and easiest funnel is a live stream to a phone call. I'm doing a live stream right now. If I were to say, hey, I've got 2 spots on my calendar today, here's the link, go and sign up, I guarantee I can get those 2 spots filled. Depending on how many people are on here. I don't know how many people are on. Okay, 4 people. So 1 in 4 would be 25%. So maybe we'll wait for the replay people too. That's the other thing. Like, marketing is an art and a science. So you've got to keep that science in mind as well. I've had people who reached out, or like clients who talked to me, and they're like, I sent an email out and you know, I did my call to action, and I asked 10 people. I got 10 people on my email list, and nobody responded. And I'm like, yeah, that's about right. For every 100 people, you can maybe assume like 1 person will respond back to an email. That's a passive one. For a live stream, maybe for every 10 people, 1 person. I had a client who had like 12 people on their live streams. And so I was like, okay, first thing you got to do is live stream until you can kind of build this audience up. Created a specific live stream series, which is what I teach inside of Live to Fully Booked. Created a specific live stream series, got all of those clients, all of those people continually watching those live streams, because it was a series that led up to a full training. In that full training, not very many people showed up. I have the exact numbers on my website because I've got the case study, but 6 phone calls were booked. And like, I think it was like 20 people on the live training. 6 phone calls were booked and 4 new clients were booked from there. Okay. So it's powerful. Well, you got to know your numbers, right? That's the art and the science of it. Okay. So the fastest and easiest way is a live stream to a phone call. And I say this because I feel like sometimes people get bogged down in like, oh, I need this funnel. I need to do this. I need to do that. But like, literally, you could just have your phone call booking system set up, go do a live stream and tell people to come book a call with you. That's it. And that's the fastest and easiest funnel. Sometimes I feel like people get bogged down in like, what do I need to create and what do I need to do? And like, all of that frustration prevents you from actually taking action. Okay. And then the funnel that can help you save time, and something that you need to take some time to set up, it's an automated webinar funnel. Okay. So what's a webinar? A webinar is simply a video training, similar to what I'm doing right now. I'm doing a video training that allows you to quickly build the know, like, and trust factor, where people, I have people who, they just met me, they saw an ad and they were like, oh, she looks cool. You know, let me go sign up for her webinar. They sign up for the webinar, they watch the webinar, they're like, oh, I kind of like her. I share inside of the webinar some trainings, some testimonials, case studies. They're like, okay, I think I kind of trust her. I have the email follow-up series. They're like, okay, she knows what she's talking about. And then they reach out to me for people who want to work VIP or one-on-one. They send me a message, because that's what I tell them to do. I don't do sales calls anymore. They send me a message, and then we book them in as clients. I say we by me. I decided to create a coaching business where it's essentially just me, coaching and training business. Okay. So that's the webinar. Webinar is just the video. How to make it automated. Once you get a video that works really well for you, that video training, then you put it into a piece of software. I use ClickFunnels. Put it into a piece of software. And you start sending people into it. Okay. You work the science part of it. All right. Final thing that you need that every successful coaching business needs. If you're on here live, let me know if this is making sense while I'm moving on to the next thing. And then I will also take a moment and get some water. All right. The final thing every coach needs to have a successful coaching business, once again, from a marketing standpoint, is you have to be able to close sales. So these are often called discovery calls, strategy sessions, complimentary calls, clarity calls, whatever you want to call them. It doesn't matter. Essentially, they're free calls with potential clients. Once again, as I mentioned, there is a way to book coaching clients without having to do calls. But before you get there, like, you've got to master this, because the process of understanding what journey that potential client needs to go through before they actually end up, even messaging you and becoming a client, you have to know that. Hey, Juanita. Okay. So in order for discovery calls to work for you, you have to qualify the client. Okay, so ideally you qualified them on an application or inside of your webinar or live stream. You were like, hey, this is specifically who this is for, and you've outlined it. Once again, going back to the clients that we want to make sure that we're only working with the clients who are best suited to get results with us. Okay, and that's what's going to help you close more calls with more qualified clients. If you take calls with anybody, I speak from experience. This is what I did when I first started my business. I was taking calls with anybody. I was like, hey, book a call. And then like I would get on these calls and I couldn't figure out why I was so frustrated by the end of it, and why I was like, I don't want to do calls anymore. And it was because I wasn't getting calls with qualified clients. Then I set up my webinar. I started figuring out who I wanted to work with, and I started getting calls with more qualified clients. And my closing rate like immediately shot up, and I saved a lot of time because there were a lot of people who they just weren't qualified. And I would either send them a quick email and say, hey, I don't think you're, this is not the right time. And so I wouldn't have to waste my time or their time on a phone call when I knew it wasn't a good fit. Or when we got on the phone, I could quickly say, oh, this person's not a good fit. And then I would just end the call quickly. So instead of taking 45 minutes, realizing that this person wasn't a good fit, it took me about 15 minutes. And then the people who were a good fit, it was like I was getting on the phone, and it was like I was chatting with an old friend. Like everything just felt so easy, and like it felt really like flow based, and it's possible. Like that's 100% possible. Okay. If you are lacking sales skills, okay, the best way to do that is to practice. So do a mock sales call with like a friend or with a coach. And that can help you dramatically increase your closing rate. I think I still have this up. I used to do sales call boot camps. I think I still have those, where I do sales call boot camps with clients, because this is one of the areas where like literally you can do a sales call boot camp, and your very next call, you can figure out how to close that client. Now, if you're not getting calls booked and you're like, how do I even get people to like say they want to work with me? Well, that means that you actually need a marketing plan in place. Okay, you've got to get clear on those first couple things so you can set up your funnel. Then you can figure out how to make sales. Okay, and that's the great thing about what we do inside of You've Got Clients. That's exactly what we do. In the first module, I take you through how to get clarity on your ideal client, your unique selling proposition, like why should they work with you, and why are you the right person to lead them to success? Also, who is the client that you want, and what's your unique selling proposition for that specific client. Then we move into your offer in module 2, exactly how to create your offer so that it fits with your ideal client. So we're going through all these things I say you need. I'm teaching you, and I'm helping you along the way to do that. And then inside of module 3, the next thing that we do is we start going into actually doing the kind of practicing essentially. So doing some live streams, we start working on mastering your marketing message so that you're speaking clearly to the person who needs what you have to offer. By module 4, you're putting together your webinar and getting ready to have that funnel and that process that kind of takes your ideal client from getting to know you, quickly getting to like you, and getting to trust you. Module 5, we go over those emails. So the follow-up emails, you don't need that many, okay? 5 emails is really all you need when it comes to someone comes in to watch the webinar, they get 5 follow-up emails, and then they either decide to work with you or they don't. After that, you can send them whatever you want. You can keep emailing them and saying whatever you want, but you need to at least have 5 targeted emails. And then the final module, which is module 6, we go over sales. So we cover sales. You get to listen in on mock sales calls, people who have already gone through the process of trying to figure out how to improve their sales. I give you my sales script, so you know, and it's not like a say this and make sales. It is a follow this format, okay? So I never want to dampen your creative energy. Follow this format, have that conversation, but have it in front of you, and you'll know exactly how to keep the call on pace. And I've had clients who go through this program, the You've Got Clients program, and they're getting amazing results. So I know it works. And I think Carol's in here. She's going through the program right now. So she's actually in the process of doing that initial research and all of that. Hey, Sharita. Hey, Taria. So if you are interested in, actually hadn't planned on talking about it, but just fits. If you're interested in You've Got Clients, figuring out if it's right for you, just go to you'vegotclients.com. I set up a really, what I believe is a pretty website that will help you kind of see a little bit more of the details. And I've got some videos that I've been publishing on YouTube on kind of the specific pieces, like how to improve your closing rate, how to price your coaching services, and talking about case studies and things like that. So I got lots and lots of resources that I would love to share with you. My goal for you, I don't know what your goal is, but my goal for you in 2019 is to create a sustainable full-time income from your coaching business. And in order to get there, I know exactly what you've got to put in place. It's these 5 things, and I can lead you through those 5 things. So would love to have you join us in there. If you are watching this on the replay, let me know if this was helpful for you guys that are watching live. If you are watching this on the replay and you'd like to reach out and figure out how you can work with me, there are details in the description box. So all you got to do is go to the description box. You can also go to you'vegotclients.com, and that will have further details for you. If you're kind of like me and you're like, I kind of want to poke around some more and see other stuff that she has, then just go to LaTishaStyles.com. Everything is there. If you want more trainings like this, join us inside of the Get Coaching Clients community. I am asking you specifically what it is you'd like to learn, and then I create trainings like this. This one came as a result of a live stream that I did yesterday. I quickly created this 5-piece framework, and then today I just so happened to be hopping off of a podcast interview. I have my hair and makeup done, so I was like, we're going to use this. Okay, so we're going live. And I decided to expand on that post that I did yesterday and do the video training. I don't have to have hair and makeup done and do live, but I'm like, I'm not going to waste it if I got it, right? So any other questions that you guys have, please leave them in the comments. Let me know if this was helpful for you. Whatever other questions you have on getting coaching clients, that's our goal for this year, getting coaching clients, creating that sustainable full-time income from your coaching business. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.